What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today is the preview for Australia versus Ireland. The June tests have arrived and I wanted to do first a preview of the games before we get to predictions. Now, we all know Ireland is on fire at the moment. They are Grand Slam champions. They are the European champions with Leinster, Pro 14 champions with Leinster. They really are on cloud nine, having fantastic form, playing great rugby, breaking records, doing things that we wouldn't have thought of like 5 years ago or so. Ireland's a magnificent team that are just on the rise and are growing. Australia, on the other hand, haven't had the greatest of year last year. Super Rugby's not really been impressive, but they're on the mend, they're growing. They've also got young blokes, they're developing the team. I'm sure Czech has got something in place going forward with Australia. He's got to have a plan in place. He's got to have a procedure. He's got to attack Ireland in many different ways with different strategies, different game plans, because you can't take this team sitting down. Australia are going to have to go their full force with the players. Now, they have the players. I mean, the Hoopers, the Falaus, the Bernard Foleys, Kenya, Phibbs, all those blokes. Nick Phibbs, or sorry, whatever his name is, but all those fantastic players in that Australian team, and there are many more that are just outstanding, who are developing and growing, who are getting better, who are improving, who are continuing to show dominance. It's just now, there's a difference, and when I say a difference, we look at Super Rugby. To me, you can't quite compare those results. Obviously, the players are showing improvement and all that stuff. But when you're in the international jersey, there must be a different feeling. The adrenaline must be higher. The passion must be higher. Obviously, the stress levels must be higher. But you want to give more because you're playing for your country. One, you've got your whole country supporting you, not just your province, your whole country. So you're going to want to give it your all. And to me, international rugby brings the best out of these players. It shows that they are capable of doing things that they never thought they'd be able to do. And from that point of view, I think we've got to look at Australia in a different aspect. In an aspect where we can see them actually giving Ireland a run. We can't write them off. You can't. Why? Because they've got home advantage. They've got some good players. And Michael Cheika, I don't like him, but he's an experienced coach who's had experience of situations like this. Now his record, unfortunately, isn't too hot at the moment. And you'll probably find in the upcoming year, his fate will be decided. I don't think it'll be smart to fire him if Australia go whitewashed. But at least I think they need to keep him because World Cup is right around the corner. Maybe if they change coach, do it now like the Springboks have done with Rugby. But just because he knows so much and he has had some success with Australia, I mean, they did beat New Zealand, so we've got to give credit where credit is deserved. And they didn't have a bad end of year tour. Let's have a look at past Australian results. So they had an interesting tournament. Obviously, they beat New Zealand on the 21st of October in the final Bledisloe game. 23 points to 18. Great performance. Good effort from Australia on that point. Japan, 63 to 30. Obviously, they didn't play a strong team, but they dominated. Question mark with having 30 points for Japan, but I don't think we can really look much into that. Wales, Australia, that was a great game. Australia picking up a victory there, so that's a big win for them. England, unfortunately, they got pretty much dominated, 30-6, but they did have moments, and I remember that. They had moments of sparks where they could have capitalised more. I felt that they fell away from the game, whereas they could have done more if they had the momentum and the right mindset. Scotland, obviously, Australia are going to want to forget that result. 53 points to 24. Amazing effort from a well-formed Scottish team, and we all know that they had a good India tournament. So, it doesn't look too hot for Australia, but I think it's a new year, new leaf, new past, and I think they're gonna try and show the crowds, the support, their critics, and try and prove them wrong. We're heading to the build-up of the Rugby World Cup. They've got Rugby Championship soon. They're going to want to leave a note. They're going to want to cement a position within. They're going to want to improve on rankings that aren't so hot at the moment. So I think it's going to be interesting to see. And they're going to give it their all. Ireland, on the other hand, we all know have had tremendous success. They are brilliant. They are developing, and to me, getting better and better. I said it in previous videos. They've got a young team that are just continuing to prove. They have experienced players that are just continuing to grow. They have players who are undefeated in quite a while and have won 3 trophies, which is unbelievable. Now let's go back to Ireland's past results. On the 11th of November, they played South Africa, and they whooped us 38-3. Who can forget? I can't. That was a record defeat. So already you can sense, Ireland's on the rise. Fiji, they had a close one, 23-20. But second team and all that jazz, so can't read much in. And also the Fijians are tough buggers, though. You can't write them off. But that's not a hot result. Then they took on Argentina. Awesome game. 28-19. So that was last year. So that's not too bad. But then we look at Six Nations. Grand Slam champions. Obviously, Johnny Sexton saving the day against France. And so that was a game that maybe could have gone 2 ways. But it didn't, because they played a full 82 3-minute game. That's why they won. Now, going on that, they just continued to prove, to dominate, to show why they are so strong. And proved with great results. And just continued effort. Johnny Sexton is a machine of a player. And if focused and committed, he's just going to dominate. He can do it on his own, really. I know it's impossible, but he can. Healy, Earls, all those blokes, they're brilliant. They're fantastic. And just to continue this, Ty Falong, CJ Stander. Fantastic individuals in this team that are just continuing to prove, continuing to show their momentum and to show the world that they are here to stay. They're number 2 in the world. And they're number 2 for a reason. And I can't wait for them to take on Australia. To take on Australia and take on New Zealand at the end of the year. But that's end of the year we are focusing on now and the results at hand now. So, predictions. I'm not going to do that at all, predictions. But what I do maybe see as a result. I don't want to say a whitewash, because I don't think that's going to happen. But I see a 2-1 victory to a team. I don't see a whitewash. I don't see a pure dominant performance. Because what we need to take into account, there's a home team and then there's a championship team. So you can't write them off. And home advantage, we all know, has quite a powerful trait within the rugby universe. So we can't write off Australia, but we can't write off Ireland. So for me, guys, I'm looking at a 2-1 final of the series. Whoever's going to win, we will see as we go on with this journey of the June internationals. But it's going to be a cracking series. A season series is going to be amazing. And we're going to see rugby at top class. Australia are going to bounce back, I think, and I think they're going to show their critics that they are here, they are ready, they are growing, they're developing. And Ireland are going to show why they're number 2 in the world, why they want to be number 1 in the world. It's going to be hard, but why they want to. Every team's got to believe to be number 1, and it's possible. How many people would have said Ireland would have been number 2, Grand Slam champions? There were a few English supporters who wrote Ireland off and said, nah, never. There were a few people that said England are going to dominate. Where are they now? There were a few that said Springboks are going to bounce back and show. Where are they? They had a shocking year last year. And then there are people who said New Zealand are going to dominate, and they were right. But there's also people saying that New Zealand are going to fail. Only time will tell, and that's the beauty of the game we love to call rugby. So that's going to do it for the preview. Obviously more videos to come, predictions, recap, but just my thoughts on the lookout of this series, how I think we're going to see these two teams play. The standouts, Vernon Foley versus Johnny Sexton is going to be awesome contest. If Kenya plays versus Conor Murray, come on. two genius of scrum halves. So it's going to be exciting, it's going to be amazing, and we are installed for one hell of a test series. Who's going to win? We'll have to wait and see. And that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't already, make sure you've hit the subscribe button. If you want to support Walking Towards Gym and help me grow and develop this channel more, please feel free to sponsor me on my Patreon account. The link is below. The link's also above on the icon, and it's also at the end of this video. So if you'd like to the guys who have already started supporting me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to do shout outs for all those Patreons who support me starting from the next video. So thank you very much to you guys. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see you guys later for the next few videos. We've got predictions of Wales versus South Africa. We've got Super Rugby still to come because it's still going on for the other teams in New Zealand, Australia, Japan and Argentina, and then we've got a preview for New Zealand and France and a few other video ideas coming up. So stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be up to date with all future uploads. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay safe, have a great week further, and I'll see you soon for another video. Cheers.